All right, good afternoon. We're going to make a recording today about multi-record tables. So you first need to have a multi-record table that you want to build. Multi-record tables record history. They might record information that you want to collect for a long period of time, history, or you might need multiple records like a clearance for parent one, parent two, and the person in home, or you need 7 references. So the table structure for SAM is here under tables and fields. Most of the tables that you see here are multi-record. Those that are not have this little symbol, the little tilde symbol at the end of it. So you can click on any of these and create a multi-record table. We are today, though, going to go ahead and start from the beginning and create a new table. So we've got a lot of tables in the system by default. So I'm going to create one based on pets. So I'll choose under the family, and this is so for pets on the application form. How many pets do you have? Tell me about those pets. I'm going to decide where I want it. So a lot of our information around the application form and what's collected there is under these tables that are labeled family details, and then whatever it is. So I'm going to go ahead and mirror that. So I'm going to choose the parent table. It's going to be the family. And then I'm going to name this table. I'm going to call it family details pets. And then I'm going to select that has multi records per parent table. Now my table is built, it exists in the system, but there are no forms for users to interact with it. So the easiest way to build a form is under advanced options and then do a multi-record standard form setup. This will create all of the forms needed to view and edit one at a time internally for your team. So I'm going to put this on the domestic family page. It's going to be called, and actually I'm going to put it right over here on the case details page. I don't really think it's information that needs to be visible on the home page, or I'm assuming the cover page. So I'm going to choose which form do I want to link it to. I like to mirror everything. So not only the connections, but the fields get added together. And then what I'm going to call it is pets on the sidebar. And I'll show you how these connections exist for records as well. When I get to the first screen to add fields, SAM has an empty form. It is taking me to the add edit details form, and linked up here I can see the sibling forms. So what is it mirroring on? And it's the overview. And from the overview, I'm going to right click, open in a new tab. I can see that form, and I see that this the field layout is derived from the add edit. Now, the only fields that are built on a table at this stage in the game are those that are automatically entered by SAM for tracking, for auditing and tracking and modifications. So most of our fields, we're going to be creating brand new fields to the system. So I'm going to use this link here. I'll call like name of the pet. Go down here at the bottom and click submit. And then I'm going to choose what type of field type. I'm going to do a text box field. And a name field is regular size text box will be fine for this. We might add another field for the type of pet. And I could create it as a list or a checkbox list for ease here, because that's not really what we're building right now. We're really primarily talking about the setup. I'm going to go ahead and create it as a text box field as well. So then just type in what type of pet it is. I'll add one more, like birth date of the pet. Or let's go with this, pet's age. I think it's a little more convenient. And here again, actually, that's a text box field that we can put 2 months or, 10 years or whatever, I think is fine for pets. We are going to be more specific for humans than we are for pets. So now add a new field here with the fields that we added. When I go to the overview form, I don't actually see anything, but at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and unlink because in the future, I might want to add more details about the specific pet, but I don't really need to see it in an overview form. So I'm going to unlink here. All that does is keep this form and the add edit form. It's no longer going to be connected here. So now every multi-record subform must be on a main form or a container form. So on the overview, we are linked to the container form, which is the third component that Sam set up in the multi-record standard form setup. So I can see that here, and I see that the subform is here and the overview is here. So what I'm going to do is start to link. Actually, this is linked on the case details, but I can use this form to add to other forms if I wanted. So let's see what we built. Find a family record. So I'm going to go to the case details page, and on the sidebar, I've got pets. So when I get here, all of this is set up from that little bit that we did. I'm going to click add, type in Manny, it's a cat, and it's 10 years. Okay, so I can start entering data, and that data gets entered. Multi-record are like this, right? So now I have Tingo, she's a cat, and she's 8 years. Okay, so we start to collect many records, or in the case of like communications or home study records, the history of those records as well.